Hey you! Hi! You're a Pokemon trainer embarking on an adventure, aren't you? Nice, nice. It's been like 2 years since I've had someone like you out and about. You don't talk much. That's alright. The Castelia City is already way too noisy anyway. Come here, let me show you something. It's unlike anything you've ever seen. What if I told you that in this very stand, I had the best item you could ever have for your Pokemon journey? Stay with me, stay with me. Not only is it the best item, but also it comes incredibly affordable. Here with me I have the Castelia Cone. And you know, for such a popular food item that sells super fast, it sure is located in a pretty hidden area. Granted, the best food I've ever tasted has always been in stands on the street, so that tracks. The Castelia Cones are an item that were introduced in the 5th generation and are the local specialty of Castelia City. The Castelia Cone is an incredibly popular ice cream stand that has such high demand that it's pretty regular for them to not only have longer lines than a Taylor Swift concert, but also there's a very high chance that they will sell out pretty quickly. Just like a Taylor Swift ticket. One day I'll win the Great War. One day. Even you, the player, is not safe from the high demand of the Castelia Cones. In Pokemon Black and White, you can only get a singular Castelia Cone every Tuesday for 100 Pokédollars. And as if that wasn't enough, they were only sold during spring, summer, and fall. Which makes sense. Why would you want to buy an ice cream during the winter, the coldest time of the year? I would. I am the weird person that gets hot chocolate at peak high temperatures and ice cream when it's freezing cold. That aside, once you pile up everything, and suddenly it makes sense why probably no one used or had one Castelia Cone in their Unova journey. But in the sequels, in Pokemon Black and White 2, their popularity dwindled to the point that purchasing an ice cream was much more accessible. Not only is it available every season, but also you could buy one once a day. Scratch that, you could buy a pack of 12 once a day. And suddenly we're back in business. Alright, so they're accessible during the adventures of Pokemon Black and White 2. So, what do? See, the Castelia Cones are a medicine item that pretty much cure you from any volatile status condition and confusion. So, it's basically a full heal? Sure, it's basically a full heal, but the Castelia Cones have so much more going on for them. For starters, they probably taste more delicious than any form of medicine would do. And given the chance to heal yourself while enjoying a delicious snack, why not pick the ice cream? Second, we get the most important aspect of selling an item, the price. Let's compare it to the full heal. A full heal is typically sold for 600 Pokédollars. Understandable, it basically does what every antidote does, all in one. If you want to get a batch of them of 12 full heals, we'd basically be spending 7,200 Pokédollars. Alright, a bit pricey. Thank goodness Pokemon centers are free healthcare. But let's compare it to the Castelia Cones, both of which have the same effect. A single Castelia Cone sells for 100 Pokédollars. Already an 80% reduction of what the full heal sells for. And now, buying 12 of them, that's 1,200 Pokédollars. A massive price difference. You're basically saving 6,000 Pokédollars you could spend anywhere else, which makes the Castelia Cones a much better product to purchase if you were to want an all-in-one healing item. Okay, but I hear you. They're only sold in Castelia City, and you can only get a patch of 12 once a day, whereas full heals are available in every Pokemon Center and you can purchase as many as you want. Yeah, there's some limitations, I hear you, but here's the thing. 1, it's not like you're going to use all your Castelia Cones in one go. There's 12 of them. You'd basically be having to look for trouble to run out of them pretty quickly. If your Pokemon journey were to take multiple days, the minute you have access to Castelia City, which should be somewhat early, all you gotta do is go to the stand every day, get your 12 ice creams, and you'll be carrying a bunch of these ice creams, all to basically never run out. And when it comes to proximity, you earn the Fly HM right after you enter Route 5, which means that from that point you can travel anywhere you want. And from that point, Castelia City is still a solid walking distance. So for that small moment in your journey, you can just walk to the stand. And once you get the Fly HM, you can fly to Castelia City to buy your Castelia Cones. Castelia Cones are more valuable than people give them credit. Is it annoying to travel all the way to where they are to purchase them? Probably. But it's so worth it. Need more evidence? Now, what if I told you they could make you rich? Retaining the price analysis from the Castelia Cones we did earlier, a Castelia Cone is worth 100 Pokédollars, correct? Well, at least sold here in this very stand. But let me in a little secret. If you go to Route 5 and go to the trailer with the lone maid, you'll discover that she is the gourmet maniac, and she'll pay ludicrous amounts of money if you give her any ingredients. You wanna guess how much a Castelia Cone is? 2,000 Pokédollars. A single Castelia Cone is worth 2,000 Pokédollars, which means that if you offer 12 of them, she'll be buying them for 24,000 Pokédollars. And taking out what it would cost to buy them, you're pocketing 22,800 Pokédollars. That is fucking insane amount of money. Granted, you'll have to sell them one by one, which requires a lot of patience, but again, loads of money. Buy another batch of 12 ice creams and you'll become rich in no time. And then you could do whatever you want with your money. Get your precious full heals if you want, but the value of the Castelia Cones are more than anyone could have thought of. So, what do you say? This tiny little ice cream could help you heal your whole Pokemon party for any situation presented at a lower cost than any medicine would do out there. Or you could be an entrepreneur and sell them to get a giant amount of money, but above all, they're absolutely delicious. Care to have one? Hi, Editor Me here. Shout out to Misty Pong for this beautiful fan art they made. Absolutely adorable. I never thought I'd reach this point to say this, but if any of you wish to send me any fan art, you can send it to my email, which you can find in my channel description, or you can send it to me via Blue Sky. From the most beautiful masterpiece like the one on screen, or even the quickest of doodles, as long as it's appropriate, I'll share with everyone at the end of the next video in production, depending on the time you send it, and of course, if you give me permission. Alright, thanks for listening, thank you so much for making me feel like a superstar, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!